Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and we're in a new room. We're in a new apartment, my new stream room, office, game room, and I'm finally sitting down to do a video because I've been sick for literally a week. I'm finally feeling better and hopefully I won't be coughing this entire video, but I wanted to come and make a video and talk to you guys. Something that I feel like I should talk about now because we're talking about the Switch 2. Switch 2 comes out on June 5th. I will not be getting it. This video is why I won't be getting the Switch 2, and then parentheses, yet, because I will be getting a Switch 2. We're going to talk about all the reasons why I'm not getting it right away, and then when I will be getting a Switch 2, because I will get one eventually. Not for a while though. Hope, maybe, who knows? If the Nintendo gods want to bless me and give me exactly what I want for Switch 2, then by all means, I would love to get one whenever this comes out. But for now, I'm not gonna get one. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you're getting the Switch 2 on release, if you're gonna wait a little bit, and then why or why not you are gonna get one right away. Because personally, I'm not impressed. I'm not super excited about it, and I've had so many conversations with so many people about the Switch 2 and kind of the pros and cons, and I don't want this video to be me just completely bashing the Switch 2 because I do think that some of the things are pretty cool about it. I'm excited to see what they do in the coming years. Just from my standpoint, in my personal opinion, I'm not super impressed by all of the features, so we'll get into it. I'm not used to this stream background. I don't know how I feel about my bookshelf and then some of my games over here. I feel like this is an important feature of my videos, is having my little cube shelf with my games and stuff. So my game collection will be growing hopefully soon in the future, now that I have an entire room for gaming. Very excited. Maybe when I settle in, we will do a room tour. Maybe, who knows? It's very messy right now. There's still boxes. It's a lot. Let's get into it. The first reason why I will not be getting a Switch 2 on release, because none of the games really excite me. None of the games that are coming out exclusively on the Switch 2 excite me. I think I talked about it a little bit in my Switch 2 reactions video, where I talked about, yeah, all these cool games are coming out the Switch 2, but a lot of them have already released on other platforms. A lot of them will also release on the Switch. So none of the games really excite me. I'm not a Donkey Kong girl. Not to, maybe one day I will be, but I'm not gonna go out and get a Switch 2 and get Donkey Kong, respectfully. Like, that's not... I do think Kirby's cool, love Kirby, but I have Kirby games on the Switch that I need to play, so I feel like if I just bought the Switch 2 just to play the new Kirby game, when I haven't played the Kirby games on my Switch, would kind of, I don't know, that just doesn't feel right to me. So why would I do that? I sat down with myself to think about, okay, I buy the Switch 2 June 5th, I pick it up, I get delivered, whatever. What am I playing on it on that day? Like, that's the reason why you get a console that day, is because you want to play it. And really the only game that I could think about that I actually would play day one was Mario Kart. And no one I know is buying the Switch 2 and also playing Mario Kart. Or if I do know people, maybe it's a handful of people, like a couple, like 2 or 3. So it's like, why would I get a Switch 2 and Mario Kart just to play with like 2 other people? Kind of doesn't feel like there are day one releases that I can fully put myself into without relying on multiplayer, without relying on other people to play with. Like, Mario Kart is a game that I play with friends when they come over and they come and visit, or like on the occasion that I play online. But like, the online capabilities on the Switch aren't great. So I don't know. I think it's a waiting game. I need to kind of wait and see how it goes. I don't think I'd get a lot of value from getting the Switch on release just because Mario Kart's the only game that I really get for it, because a lot of the games that they announced for the Switch 2, they had announced a week prior for the Switch. Like, Tomodachi Life is also coming out on the Switch. I'll just get it on the Switch because I have one. I have two Switches. I don't need a Switch 2 to play it, It's not like they made it an exclusive. And again, not to discredit any of the games that are coming out on the Switch 2, They do look cool. I'm so excited for everyone that's excited for those things, and I don't think they look bad in any way. I'm just not necessarily a fan of any of those things. Like a huge fan. A fan that's gonna spend hundreds of dollars on a console to play day one, you know? I don't know. The NSO stuff is cool, having the GameCube games, but it doesn't include all of the GameCube games. Obviously, there's a huge library, and they probably won't put all of them there. So what's in it for me, you know? Secondly, the Switch 2 that's coming out on June 5th is ugly. I'm sorry to say it. And it's not like, oh, it looks like other Switches. Yeah, I hate that stupid red, orange, and blue color combo that they have going on. Why is that the only one you're releasing with? Why is that the only option? I know you want to sell more. I know you want to sell more Switches, so you're gonna wait to come out with the other ones. But why? Especially because the way that they put the colorways in, the color is in places that you can't really hide with a case or like a skin or something that you can put onto a Switch. It's literally, I hate that color combination. I'm sorry. That colorway is not cute. It's not cute. And if you like it, hey, listen, I'm not hating on your opinion. My opinion is it's not cute and I don't want it. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on a console that physically I don't like the look of it. I have a lot of consoles. I like the way they look. I specifically buy ones that I think are cute. Listen, I do what I want with my money and you do what you want with your money. I buy my pink 3DS and my cute little things. That's my prerogative. All right, and unfortunately the colorways are not cute. They did nothing for that. They didn't even include any UI customization, personalization things, and that grinds my gears because I feel like part of the whole gaming landscape is playing things that you like, that match your personality, that match your personal game style. I feel like Nintendo used to have an emphasis with the DS and the 3DS and the 2DS customization, and they kind of did it a little bit more with the Switch, but they lost the plot somehow. And it's weird because the Switch has, I think it's at the Nintendo San Francisco location. Now you can go in and you can customize your Switch and have two different Joy-Con colors, and you can like go on with their little iPad and like customize it and pick it up. I understand that would be expensive to execute now with the Switch 2, and I understand that there are tariffs involved, but I don't understand why you couldn't just have a simple black and white version. You did it with the OLED. Like, why couldn't the OLED like colorway have become the new standard? Why does it have to be red and blue, orange and red, blue, whatever it is? I think it's red and blue. I heard some people say it was orange. I'm like, I don't know. If I'm buying a console, that's gonna be expensive. I'd rather buy a console that I actually like the look of. And that just goes to show, I think a lot of collectors feel the same way, where they'll go out of their way to buy a special edition console if they like the look of it. They'll spend more money. They'll do all these things. And I'm like, I'm not gonna buy an ugly one. I'm sorry. I was just kind of bummed. I was bummed about that. I wish it was pink or white or black and white. That would have been fine too. Besides the actual physical aesthetics of the Switch, my third reason for not getting a Switch right away, for not getting the Switch 2 right away, is none of the features really stood out to me. I'm not impressed by any of the hardware features that are coming out on the Switch 2. I think they emphasized the camera and chat features a lot. There's a designated button for a chat feature that a year after implementation will be like paid. You have to have Nintendo Switch Online to use the chat feature. Why is there a button for that? I think it's a little silly. I think if you're gonna try to compete with something like Discord, you might need to rethink how that works. That's just my opinion, but it really feels like the whole Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, big trailer that they had for it with all the game announcements and stuff, was like mostly mic and camera and chat related. And to be honest, they didn't look great. The screen sharing didn't look great. Yeah, whatever, 4K on TV. All these console companies will say that their console can do 60 frames, 4K, blah, blah, blah. And then when you get it, You can't really tell. It doesn't really matter. At least it doesn't matter to me. If it matters to you, love that for you. But I'm not impressed with the hardware. I think the mouse feature is cool, but how does it really work if you're like on your couch with your friends and you can't really use it? I've heard mixed reviews about the mouse features and how certain games will use it, but like, do you have to be sitting at your desk? Like, I think that's kind of neat, but it really isn't bringing the innovation that I was hoping the Switch 2 would come with. And again, I do think that having GameCube games on NSO is cool. What else? The games are coming out, those are cool. I'm excited for the future possibilities that the hardware could have. For example, I'm really hoping that they come out with a second screen add-on accessory that you can kind of like put on top of your Switch, and then they add in DS games to NSO. Like, that would be a seller for me, but that wasn't there. It feels like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like this Switch 2 is fully cooked, in my opinion. My last point on why I'm not getting a Switch 2 is that my backlog is huge. I have a lot of consoles. I don't feel the need to list them out to you. I have a lot of games. This isn't even half of them. I have hundreds of games on Steam that I have never played. I have not touched them. I own them and I haven't played them. That I own all of these things physically, like physical games I own. I don't need to go out and buy anything. Why would I buy a console that I don't need right now for that much money? And I know tariffs are a thing and whatever, but why am I spending hundreds of dollars plus games when I don't really care for any of the games and I think the console's kind of ugly? And it's like, well, you have so many games, just play these games. And then I'll wait for something like cooler that I would go out and buy. I don't want to let FOMO win, and I feel like that I try to hold back on things a lot in the gaming sphere because I don't want to let FOMO win. I'm not the type of person to just buy a game because all my friends are playing it. I wait a while before buying it. To really make sure that it's worth my time and my money. Because one, time is precious. I don't have that much time in a day to play games, or in my life to play games. I have other things to do, things to worry about, whatever. Also, money is valuable. My money is my money. Like, I don't have millions of dollars. I don't want to just blow my money on something that it's just gonna sit here. And like, yeah, I could get a Nintendo Switch 2 and I can make a video about it. Or you could watch the YouTubers with millions of subscribers that have a Switch 2 that are gonna give you like full in-depth reviews and gameplay, and I could list them down below. I have recommendations for you. I watch these people. It's not like I'm hating on them, but like, I have no need for this right now. I'm an average gamer. I don't need every single console. And yes, I love collecting things. I love my little trinkets, and I love collecting physical media, and I love handheld consoles, but I don't need every single thing right away. And I feel that the current state of gaming kind of emphasizes that everyone needs everything and the newest versions of everything, and you should always expect to pay the highest price for everything, when really it's okay to only have one or two consoles. It's okay to just buy games later when they're on sale and not with the hype. It's okay to take your time in experiencing games and stories. That's all right. It's okay. FOMO's real though. I get it. When Animal Crossing came out on the Switch in 2020 and everyone was in freaking lockdown, I had the worst FOMO because I didn't have a Switch yet, and I wish I had gotten one, and I wish I had Animal Crossing and everyone was playing it, and then by the time I got it, no one was playing it. But you know what? I still had a great time. I had an amazing time playing Animal Crossing, and I feel that maybe I even played it longer than most of the people that played during the hype did. Just saying. Yeah, so I'm not gonna feed into my FOMO. I'm going to wait until I actually care about something a lot. Or maybe I play the Kirby games that I have on my Switch, and then I get a Switch 2 to play the new Kirby game. Like, there's no need to rush. Maybe there will be short supply later this year, but one day I will have one, probably, most likely. Like, one day it will be in my hands. It might not be later this year, it might not be next year. Who knows? I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know what next year brings. Hell, not even game companies know that, because they've freaking delayed GTA again, and I'm upset about it. So like, no one knows. Nintendo doesn't know how the Switch 2, they could be very confident, but I'm gonna wait and see how the Switch 2 release goes. I'm gonna wait and see what games they come out with later this year. I'm gonna wait and see, and I'm not gonna let FOMO win because I have games to play. Those games, those stories are calling my name, all right? There's decades worth of stories and characters and fun things to experience. And I can wait a little bit for the Switch 2. But then, let me tell you the few things I would get the Switch 2. If any of these things happen, if they announce this in a couple months, I would be going out and getting a Switch 2. If they came out with a pink edition Switch 2, I'm buying it. Or even a light blue. Has to be some kind of pastel color, not that jank weird shit that they were pulling. Lots of neons. They were big into neon colors, and I'm not. I want like a cute light color, pastel, blue, pink, something along those lines. White, a black and white edition, or if they came out with an OLED. My thoughts are they're probably not gonna come out with an OLED for a while, but if they did any of those, I would go out and buy one. This one doesn't feel worth it to me, and it's ugly. I say that so many times. I'm so sorry. If Animal Crossing comes out, I'm pre-ordering that game, and I'm going out and buying a Switch. If Animal Crossing releases, they announce a new Animal Crossing, I will be there. I will be first in line. And if they have an Animal Crossing edition Switch, I will also be getting that. I will be buying that. I'm willing to spend money on consoles that I like. The same with any other like collector that's like, wow, special edition console, it costs a little bit more because it's rare or because it's a special edition. I'm willing to spend more money. So theoretically, if tariffs continued to go into place and they did come out with a pink edition or an OLED or a white edition and the price goes up more, well, I'm willing to pay that price because it's a special edition and because I want that more than I want this regular, I don't know, the base model. I don't want the base model, and I don't want to buy a new shell and de-shell it. That's too much. It's too much for me, all right? I'm personally willing to spend that money. Granted, it can't be that much money. I have a limit. I have like a ceiling of like, I would spend that much money on this thing. Right now, I'm trying to save money, but like I'm thinking in the future, theoretically. If they release Nintendogs, I'm getting it. I'm getting the Switch 2. If they released Animal Crossing for the GameCube with the GameCube NSO, I'm getting the Switch 2. That being said, I don't know a lot of the GameCube catalog, and I don't know the entire list of games that are coming out on NSO for like the GameCube, so this could change. If they released the old Pokemon games, like a remastered version of the old pixelated 2D Pokemon games, I would get the Switch 2 because that just feels like a really cool thing to have, especially if they release it in a physical copy. I would absolutely love that. And finally, if they released any of the games, any of the DS games on NSO, and if they released that additional screen that you could pop into the USB-C port at the top of the Switch, I would buy the Switch 2 because I could play cool DS games on my Switch and screen record them with my Switch. All of those things that you can't do with a regular DS. Although I have a DS, multiple, and I have multiple DS games. I don't need it, but I think I would buy a Switch 2 if that happened. So basically, moral of the story, some of the video, I'm waiting for games that I actually like. Basically just Animal Crossing. I have a lot of Switch games that I haven't touched that I need to play to kind of get into this next generation of Nintendo and of Switch. So I'm gonna play through those first. I'm not gonna let FOMO win. I'm gonna tackle my backlog. And I'm gonna wait for an edition of the Switch that I don't think is ugly. And I'm gonna be responsible with my money. I feel like that's important. I feel like none of what I said is unreasonable. And if you like the Switch 2, more power to you. And if you pre-ordered it, I'm really happy for you. Genuinely, I hope you enjoy it. I hope those games are awesome. Just a lot of those games are ports. And I have the ability to play a lot of those games because I have a PC and multiple PlayStations and multiple Switches already, and it's just, I don't need to play Elden Ring on the Switch too. I don't need to do that. So that Bloodborne, it's not Bloodborne, but it's like Bloodborne. It's a multiplayer experience. I don't really play that, like I play multiplayer games, but to rely on that, if it was a single player Souls-like game for the Switch, That would be sick. But I heard it's multiplayer based. I heard it's like, I'm not into that. So that's that. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you're gonna get the Switch 2. Are you thinking about it? Are you gonna wait? Did you already pre-order it? What games are you looking forward to the most? And please don't be mean to me in the comments. I have my opinions, okay? That's why you're watching this video, I hope. To hear my opinions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to see more gaming videos and more of my thoughts, and to see more of my new background in my new apartment. And I'm really excited. I haven't streamed in a while. I'm hoping to stream soon because I miss it a lot. So if you're watching this and you usually just watch my streams, I miss you. And I hope you have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!